What's up, guys? Thanks for watching another edition of ARFCOM News. I hope you're enjoying social distancing as much as we are. Andrew's enjoying it so much that he social distanced himself right out of today's video. So you guys are going to be stuck with me. Let's kick things off with some good news, bad news. Guns and ammo have been disappearing from store shelves all across the nation. The bad news is that many calibers have become hard to find, and what's left out there may not be much of a deal. One retailer, ammo.com, has published their sales data, which displays the recent surge compared to the previous month. That data shows some huge increases in sales. Among the top were Louisiana with a 1,600% increase, Oregon coming in just shy of 2,000, and Wyoming topping the list with a whopping 2,458% increase. So not exactly good news if you failed to learn from the last several panics, or you're new to guns and you need to buy ammo. To go along with the surge in ammo purchases, the FBI's National Instant Criminal Background Check System, NICS, is showing double the daily volumes as the same time last year. March 16th saw a 300% increase alone. Word on the street is that many of those purchases are being made by first-time owners, which is no surprise considering police departments around the nation having announced that they would delay arrests for certain low-priority offenses, leaving criminals on the street, or simply stating that they would not physically respond. Now, that's not a dig at police departments, it's just a fact. Whether the outbreak has put a strain on the department or they're simply trying to mitigate exposure, the fact remains that it leaves people feeling pretty vulnerable. The whole thing has rudely intruded on the lives of folks who by and large tend to live as though they are the main character in their own story, oblivious to the trials and difficulties that others face. They've been confronted with the uncomfortable fact that the dangers of the world can indeed reach them. That said, we are resilient, and if we can get out of our own way, I think we'll bounce back from this quickly. But I said there was good news to this ginormous increase in guns and ammo sales. We've just had a huge influx of people take the red pill. It's our job now to bring them into the fold. I imagine that some of these people are going to go back into the Matrix when the panic is over, but many more could join us as two-way supporters. So if you know someone new to firearms, consider helping them out. At the appropriate social distance, of course. Teach them gun safety and the importance of individual rights. Talk to them about the responsibility of a citizen in a republic founded on the concept that authority of government is derived from the consent of the governed. Show them how ridiculously fun it is to shoot. And most of all, if you catch someone treating anyone, but especially a noob rudely, step in and help. Now I know some of these folks might have previously been stridently anti, and it's tempting to be petty, but isn't it more important to grow our ranks? Let's leave all the other politics to the side and help them learn about gun rights and responsible gun handling. This is where we turn the corner, folks. Last week, Andrew reported on mayors in Louisiana and Illinois who had given themselves the authority to ban liquor and gun sales. The Albuquerque City Council has been deciding whether to grant emergency powers to Mayor Tim Keller. There was some concern that the mayor was attempting to seize authority and lock people in their homes, stop liquor and gun sales, and even seize guns. But according to the mayor's office, the emergency powers would do none of that. They say the primary purpose is to make the city eligible for state and federal emergency funding, and that the emergency powers would allow the mayor to require retailers to ration goods, close venues where large gatherings might take place, and close public streets. At the same time, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker issued a decree that gun stores are allowed to continue business while non-essential businesses must close. Other businesses that are allowed to continue operating are factories, restaurants for delivery or takeout only, grocery stores, liquor stores, and weed dispensaries. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy kind of went the other direction when he inexplicably shut down access to the National Instant Check System. I can't say I'm shocked, but I can say that it's just plain stupid to use a viral infection to kill access to a website. It's not that kind of virus, smart guy. But he's already been sued by the Second Amendment Foundation and New Jersey Second Amendment Society. It's unfortunate that corrupt politicians who violate our rights under the color of law can use money extorted from taxpayers to defend against lawsuits and rarely face personal repercussions for their decisions. But this suit may discourage other politicians from making similar moves, and if it's successful, it will set an important precedent. Now on to something a little more weighty, H.R. 5717. The Firearms Policy Coalition calls H.R. 5717 the worst anti-gun legislation they have ever seen. This 260-page bill makes no attempt at the appearance of constitutionality. If there's any silver lining to it, H.R. 57 is so bad that it might find support somewhat lacking. Of course, antis are going to anti, but lukewarm anti-rights politicians and even the sort of milquetoast notional allies who often go along with political currents still want to get reelected, and they have to know it won't help their campaign to put their name on something so blatantly unconstitutional. And holy bilgewater, Batman, H.R. 5717 is so obviously unconstitutional that it would have to be stomped in court. but not before it laid waste to the gun world in that brief hypothetical time that feds tried to enforce it. Although I can't possibly list all the provisions of a bill this long in a video this short, a few of the things that stuck out are that it would actually create a nationwide gun registry, for reals this time. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had a bunch of different lists that all add up to a pretty detailed picture of who owns what guns in this country for decades. Forget about the NFA and NICS checks. The various CCW and firearm owner ID cards, combined with data mining techniques applied to public gun forums and social media, would give a pretty disturbingly precise picture. But an actual registry would sure make confiscation a lot easier, wouldn't it? 5717 would also ban almost all semi-auto rifles. It would ban semi-auto versions of automatic pistols. So does that mean that the Glock 17 is banned because the Glock 18 exists? Is this a chicken before the egg thing? It would ban semi-auto shotguns that can accept detachable magazines, and it would ban shoulder things that go up.
Do you know what a barrel shroud is?
I actually don't know what a barrel shroud is.
Okay, because it's in your legislation.
It's a shoulder thing that goes up.
Because of course it does. It would create a national version of the witch trials, otherwise known as red flag laws. It would impose a 30% tax on guns and a 50% tax on ammunition. It would ban all silencers, home-built guns, magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. It includes regulations about storage and even a one-gun-a-month provision. But the worst part is this sort of doomsday device built into this bill. If it passed, H.R. 5717 would require anyone who wants a gun to obtain a permit, and the only way to get a permit is to shoot a qualification test. But if you don't already have a gun, how can you get a gun? You need to pass the test. It's designed to end new gun ownership in this country, or at least it would if there were any chance of people complying with it. I'm unequivocally not advocating for anyone to break the law, but it's obvious that there are some number of people who quietly ignore laws they don't like. The state isn't almighty. It can't catch people who don't draw attention to themselves. There's this old axiom about leadership that states you shouldn't give orders you know won't be obeyed or set rules you can't enforce. And I think laws like this, even if they had been well-intentioned, are destined to almost entirely be ignored, much like the New York SAFE Act and New Zealand's attempted gun confiscation. In any case, it's so far-reaching that it's either a shopping list for every authoritarian control freak's most favorite things, or it's a carefully crafted attempt to set new gun sale records by an order of magnitude. No matter what happens, just the introduction of this bill would have been guaranteed to sell literal shiploads of guns and ammo, even in normal times. So I hope y'all got what you need. Now I know I said I think H.R. 5717 is going to fail, but that's only going to happen if you guys keep dropping plates on your public servants. H.R. 5717 has been referred to the House Subcommittee on Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security, so call the committee at 202-225-3951 and tell them what you think. Briefly, concisely, politely. This isn't the time to articulate an argument, it's time to tick off a number, so call early and call often. While you're at it, call the U.S. House of Representatives switchboard at 202-224-3121 and ask to speak to your representative. For reference, here are the members of the subcommittee. We need to call every one of these folks and make sure that they understand that moving this out of committee will primary the snot out of any politician, regardless of party. So pause the video right now and choose your state from these committee members and call 202-224-3121 right now. Did you call? Good. High five. How about some good news though? Unless you've been locked up in your house for the last couple of weeks, unless you've been completely unplugged from the gun scuttlebutt for the last couple of weeks, you've probably heard that Ruger has introduced a Charger version of their 9mm PC carbine. The 1022 Charger is a pistol version of the 1022 rifle, and the PC Charger is a pistol version of the PC carbine. It has a 6.5-inch threaded barrel, accepts AR pattern pistol grips, and has a section of Picatinny at the rear of the receiver for mounting a stabilizing brace. It weighs just over 5 pounds and has an aluminum handguard with M-lock slots, and of course, it takes Glock mags. Like the PC carbine, the PC Charger will accept Ruger magazines, and it comes with an insert to accept Glock magazines. MSRP will be $7.99. Moving on, Stoeger has introduced a compact version of their STR-9. It's a polymer-framed striker-fired 9mm pistol that accepts double-stack magazines. Standard magazine size for the compact is 13 rounds, barrel length is 3.8 inches, and weight is 24 ounces. Different companies mean different things when they say compact, so for those keeping score, the compact STR-9 is going to be similar in size to the Glock 19, with a 4-inch barrel and 23.7 ounce weight. And you probably know that real-world prices are often lower than MSRP, but even at MSRP, this is an affordable gun. Great news for the massive horde of brand new gun owners, isn't it? Well, that's my time. If you like watching videos about guns and stuff, be sure to engage with this video. Remember that liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting are the metrics that drive YouTube's algorithm, so it doesn't just help this channel. Liking videos like this one means that you should see more gun stuff and less Logan Paul. If you feel like we've earned it, consider supporting our sponsor too, Tactical Night Vision Company. They recently announced that they were going to continue to be open during their normal business hours for the foreseeable future, for both government and commercial sales and normal operations. Their normal tech support and customer service phone lines are continuing to operate, and you can continue to place orders on their website at tnvc.com. Catch y'all next time.